This is a Bakfiets bike. It's a Dutch cargo bike. The reason why we got this is because we wanted to be able to cycle around town without having to take a car. But because we have a newborn baby, there's a lot of issues in how it is that you can safely transport a small human being and the significant safety issues. And most things would say that you can't ride with a child until they're over a year. But that's principally because of their neck support and how it is that you sit them on the back of a bike. But the box bike's a nice alternative because you can transport them safely using a standard car seat while they're still in front of you, so you don't have to worry about them trailing behind you or anything else. So the standard Bakfiets bike comes just with the box and this mesh. For older children, you can just strap them into the harness or just have them sit in the box and have them go out. But when you have a very small baby, for ours, we started with our son when he was about 6 weeks old or so is when we decided to make the decision, and then it took a few weeks to get the bike, so from about 10 weeks is when he's been riding in here. We wanted to be able to use a standard car seat, which in this case is a maxi cosi. I think it's the most popular one in Europe, even though it's not the most popular one in the UK, and therefore you get a lot of good neck support. It's safe. If there's an accident or anything, you still have the support bar that can protect the baby. The additional device that you have to get, though, is going to be this bracket. And the bracket just gets drilled into the base of the box here, and then you have this other attachment which locks into it, which is where you have this little lock here. Otherwise somebody could just come and take it out. Now, it's not likely that anybody would just take a bracket, but it's there's a little lock on there just in case. The way that the seat's going to be locked in is going to be through these two bungee cords here, which go over the armband of the car seat. And then we've added in this extra lock here that we put around it, just so that when we're in town people won't be tempted to take it out. So to put the car seat in, pick it up, put the baby in, and simply drop it into the case, like so, and push down. So we've done this with our son still in there. There's not a problem in doing that. And then once you have them in there, you're going to take the bungee cords. So I'll take them out again so you can see them. And you unclip one of them from the top, go down, and then the other one. And this way, when you put it down, and it gets in there, secure, just take the bungee cord, pull it up so it's over the back, and then you fasten it back on. And you do the same thing with the other side. So up, over the bracket, into the back. And now it's in there securely. And you can see that the springs in there mean that you have good support when you go over bumps and everything, just as you would do in a car. And then for that added security, which doesn't really have any safety benefit for it other than for theft, we just have a standard bike lock that goes around the car seat just in case somebody wants to come and take it. Once it's in there, you can just put up the visor as you would do normally. And I've actually found that this is a really good way of giving some protection from almost every angle. So unless the sun is literally directly behind you, you are going to have pretty good coverage, and there's been a few times where it's actually been on this face. So with the car seat inside of the Bakfiets, you can see that there's still going to be room for another child to sit up here, although it would be a bit squished. But one of the reasons why we got the longer one is in case there are future children. You can always just put up the seat like such, and then you can stick bags in here. So we will put in the nappy bag and everything else that we might be taking with us, and it doesn't really bother the baby, and you still can double around okay. So that's how you get the car seat in. One of the reasons why we wanted to do this video is because when we were trying to find out what it actually worked like in practice, we knew that we could get it in there, but we didn't really visualize it, so hopefully this will help. The one thing that we did find, though, is even though you can still have it in there, it can jostle a bit from side to side when you go over bumps, and while that's not terrible, we have a bit of a makeshift solution, which is just to get some foam, or, in our case, sponges. So, obviously sponges are quite cheap, and we just stick the rough side against the car seat, the foam side against the box so it doesn't scrape anything off. And we just push it down on the sides, and we do 2 on each. So 2 on that side. 2 on this side. So it's right up against the handlebars, and that just makes it a bit tighter in there. Once you have the baby in there and everything else, you can have other accessories. So in England it rains a lot, so we also have the raincoat, which I think is kind of a prerequisite. So this is the Bakfiets rain cover. The top bit of it has this little point here, which is what is going to create support to making sure that when you have a child that's sitting on the back, it's not resting on their heads. That's going to fit right here on the center notch.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you have that on there, you button up one part here in the front, and then the other side. In this case, sometimes you just need to make sure that the bar is not outside the box, it's actually inside. That bit down on that bit, and then you bring the two sides in so that you have these two poles here. And the two poles just go inside of the box. They have these two little rubber guards there. They go down. Straps on the outside of the box, and then on the other part, there's two rubber bands that go around to secure the rest of the rain cover to the bike. And this last flap here, you can pop up just fasten it up on the top, so you can still see the baby as you cycle. The only note here is that because you have this black bar here at the top, you're not going to be able to look directly down at the baby, and sometimes you just need to lean to the left or the right when you're cycling to check out what's going on. So that's just a bit of an overview of everything of how we use the Bakfiets to transport our very small baby around.